The very, very first time we saw the scene where they're holding up the fish like this, that is probably the hardest laughter I've ever experienced in a movie theater.
It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker.
Yo, man. Bulbous Rusty. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Public Access Podcast, the podcast here on the Rusty Diamond Podcast Network. I'm your host, Rusty Diamond. Check me out, rustydiamond.net or hypnosisisgreat.com. Just got back from a retreat, pop-up healing retreat. Got to have 4 healers healing the fuck out of ourselves, healing the fuck out of other people, doing big bangs, getting ready for number 2. Not poop, but the second event. So you guys right here, I got my special guest right here and right now. And my special guest right here and right now is Ryan Schofield. Change up shit. Change up shit. And here we are. And I probably just did an intro before that, and I'm still going to say, and here we are, or some shit that they say on every podcast to start it out. Because I do have a way to start out my podcast, but then I don't have it on here. So now I'm trying to figure out, do I have a second thing to say before that? I don't fucking know. And I can even cut this out. So fuck it all.
Exactly.
Fuck it all.
Am I on?
You're fucking on, dude.
All right,
You're
awesome. Yeah.
on.
No,
Yeah.
dude, man, I totally get it. I'm glad to know I'm not the only one that has these issues.
Yeah, it's been a long fucking time too. And I still can't figure it out. But who's gonna ever figure this shit out? So
It's so tough being your own producer and your own talent, I guess, if we want to, refer to ourselves as that.
I would fucking love it if someone would go and do all the editing for me and do all the setup for me, do everything. I wish someone could film for me. I wish someone could fucking edit all my video for me. One day.
Well, maybe this is the building block that gets us there.
Yeah, man. What's your least favorite part about this? About being a content creator talent, on-air talent?
I think it's getting lumped in. It's just like anything that you do in life. You always get lumped in with the worst portion of the group. So I do stuff and I'm never trying to bother anybody. I mean, which is kind of weird, but like when I'm out and about, I'm doing stuff, I'm filming myself, which looks like it's completely narcissistic, but it's because I don't want to film strangers necessarily. But I do a lot of traveling to baseball games. And I've heard people going, oh, there's a YouTuber. And it's yeah, but I'm doing it for different reasons. I want to say, I'm not trying to be an inconvenience. I'm not trying to prank anybody. I'm just trying to kind of show my name of the show is the SCO Zone. I'm trying to show you my life a little bit because people think my life is interesting. I'm one of them.
Yeah. And that's what it should be. And I'll shit on people all the time when I see them that are out fucking filming themselves. I'm like, oh yeah, look at this fucking asshole. But then I'm watching those shows. I'm watching those. I'm into it. I get it. But I can't figure out how to get over that and just go out and do it. What'd you do?
The other thing I don't like. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, go ahead. I don't fucking know.
The other thing I don't like about it is I feel like there's people who aren't as good at actually the content they create. They just know how to play the game of how to get your content seen a little bit better. It's kind of like when you'll always have this, when somebody has a baby and they do the Gerber baby kind of nomination for the cutest baby. And they're vote for my kid. And it's well, your kid's fucking ugly, but you're really popular. So are we going for the most popular baby or are we going for the cutest baby? Because your baby ain't it.
Yeah. How many kids do you have?
I have none.
Okay, so cool. Okay. So how often, dude, I fucking unfollowed so many people on social media, but dude, these fucking things still pop up. I don't know how that happens. It's still hey, vote for my cutest baby or something. Vote for my anything, dude. Vote for my anything. I'm not going to do it. Like
It might be because there's people who you're still friends with, like mutuals, and they have been interacting with it, and then they think, oh, well, this person wants to see that too. I always wish that social media got the hints, like when you block somebody, you probably don't want to be friends with them. Or I always have the thing of that there's people I went to high school with who I have like 200 mutual friends with, but I'm not friends with them. Like, hey, maybe we don't like each other. Did you ever figure that one out, Zuckerberg?
Yeah, it's been that way for fucking ever. And I don't know, man. It's a whole thing, dude. I don't want to vote for your baby. I don't want to look at your fucking baby. Like,
I mean,
and
really, it's first off, I think that people don't realize how dangerous it is. It is kind of showing their kids, like, of course you're proud of your kids and all that stuff, but I have the weird thing is that it's got to be strange for the kids, because I have times where I have met somebody's kid for the first time, but because I've seen so many videos of them, I feel like I know them, and then they're freaked out to see it because I'm just some fucking guy that does he have eyebrows or not, you know?
Yeah, I'm in the same club, man. Um, but dude, like I was saying, a year or two ago, that in probably within 5 years, there's going to be kids that are suing their parents because of the shit that they have them online at, as little kids, and like now they're grown up and they're like, hey, you're the fucking kid who, shit his pants and then fucking, got hit by a car and you
Right.
didn't die. And here you are. And now I'm like fucked up for life.
Oh,
Give me $1 million, mom and dad.
you know what'll happen that you brought this up? There's probably lawyers that are waiting for this moment, because a 12-year-old or 13-year-old kid won't think of this on their own, but somebody will just be like, hey, listen, kid, do you ever, because around like 13 years old, you start to hate your parents, regardless of what's going on in your life. And then you'll hear, hey, did your parents ever, blah, 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 use you on social media, make some money? Like, all right, fuck you, mom, and then they'll do that. Like, you grounded me for, not doing my laundry. Well, cool. I think that, you should use those, as I remind my buddy. Like, I have worked with people who have kids, and something like, they're like, hey man, can you cover for me? I got this going on. Or they're like, I didn't sleep last night. My kid did this. I woke up, there was shit all over the place. I'm like, no. You take pictures of those, document them. And then when your kid gives you an attitude saying you don't do anything for them, you show them you wiping their ass. Okay.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fucking right. And yeah.
Well, it's a weird thing too, is that I'm curious to see how kids evolve, in the sense of, how old are you by any chance, Rusty?
I am 42 allegedly.
Okay, so I'm 39, and
okay.
And I like that you use the allegedly, because I don't really think we actually know how old we are. We just kind of believe in this, I forget the word I was going to use to describe this, or this arbitrary calendar. We just kind of guess it, As I always say, we think a day is this long, we think a year is this long, but at one point in my life, Pluto was a planet, then it wasn't, then it is again. Like, do we really know? Like, does it really matter? I'm alive right now. That's all I know.
Yeah,
but
allegedly.
Yeah, exactly. There are moments in my life that I've been wondering if this is some kind of purgatory, because I'm sure that hell is much worse than this, because I do have a smile on my face still, but there's been a couple moments where I'm like, okay, maybe that's when it all ended, and it's just been kind of, I'm in the Groundhog Day phase of, we got to get this life right, and then we'll enter the next life.
Right. And maybe, maybe, I don't know. It very well could be.
It is also kind of weird that, so we're around the same age. The reason I asked that is that, how many times did you ever see yourself on camera when you were younger? Like, remember that was like a weird big deal, seeing yourself on video, or like if you were on TV for like a freaking second, or like, oh, you could see my shoulder in that video, you were like super excited. You'd call people and be like, yo, you got to see this. Like, now it's kind of, you feel like you belong on camera now. Like, that's why we're doing this.
Even 10, 15 years ago, like it was a thing. Like, dude, like you're fucking, there you are, there I am, like, or like something on the news, like, or like, I never knew one person who was on America's Funniest Home Videos. Like, those people, like, I never knew one person that was on that show, but that show fucking, like, when it was on, when Bob Saget was hosting it and shit, like, I never knew anyone that was on there. And
which is the most ironic thing ever, that Bob Saget's, with his brand of humor and Six Twisted, God rest his soul, by the way, R.I.P., one of my favorite, or not one of my favorites necessarily, but he directed one of my favorite movies of all time, Dirty Work. And I don't think that if you've ever seen Dirty Work, you've seen Dirty Work?
Dude, okay. Let me tell you about Dirty Work. So it was the last day of ninth grade. And maybe like 15 of my friends walked to the movie theater, which was like a 4 or 5 mile walk. And playing in the theater was Dirty Work and Can't Hardly Wait. And 12 of us went and saw Can't Hardly Wait, and 3 of us went and saw Dirty Work.
The
And
cool kids went and saw Dirty Work.
fuck yeah, dude. Dude, that movie is I still love it now.
I
Like
have never ever met a person that saw the movie Dirty Work that I was not going to get along with, by the way. So we're already off to a great start, Brody. Maybe we got to work together to become the fucking together we'll get our producer.
That's the way, yeah, dude. We'll fucking start it up and fucking get someone else who's like, hey, I love fucking editing and producing podcasts. I've always wanted to do that.
Well, because some people like they always say, I don't know how you do what you do. I'm like, well, I just do it. You know, like maybe it's the absence of a couple of things in the brain or something. I don't really care. But
yeah,
Dirty Work, I always tell the stories that I remember seeing that in the theaters. I think there was like maybe 15 people in the theater because it wasn't exactly a popular thing.
You will sleep better than you have ever slept. You've never been this relaxed. Are you ready to change your life? I'm Rusty Diamond, certified hypnotist. You don't need to leave your house. You can stay in your bed. You can stay in your favorite chair.
You just need a computer or your phone.
You can get a hold of me. Stay at home. I'll make your life better.
Hypnosisisgreat.com.
But the very, very first time we saw the scene where they're holding up the fish like this, that is probably the hardest laughter I've ever experienced in a movie theater. I was with one of my friends, and then we walked out of the theater, and one of the other 15 people in the theater was a buddy of mine from a different high school and his friend. And it was like, I couldn't believe this. I bought the DVD of that when it first came out, when DVDs first came out. It's kind of crazy how that worked, because that used to be one of the most expensive DVDs that you could buy because nobody wanted it, to where then it became like the ultimate $5 DVD. And the copy I bought showed more people that movie the first time. And now with people of the younger generation, when they've never heard of it and they just think it's impossible that this thing they've never heard of could be funny, I'm like, listen, I will bet you $20 that you will laugh at least 20 times in this movie, and I'll probably be, collect the money sometime in the first half hour.
Fuck yeah, dude. Like, man, yeah, that movie. And that's one of my favorite ways to do a scene where it's just, you just hear a whole bunch of ridiculous shit going on in the background. They're just standing there like, well, they're all the drug dealers are killing each other. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the movie that came out.
If you haven't seen, if a movie's 28 years old or whatever it is, it was made in 97 or 98. So we're going on 26, 27 years old, depending on which year it was. I don't feel bad spoiling it to you. You know, it's like, if you haven't seen The Sixth Sense, I don't mind telling you that he was dead the entire time.
Right. Yeah. And man, yeah, that fucking scene, it just fucking gets me every time, dude. There's so many good fucking parts like that. I've just, just randomly say, like, I can't tell you how many times, with Chris Farley in that movie. Chris Farley didn't have a lot of fucking lines in it, but he got his fucking nose bit up by a Saigon or the fucking dead hookers in the trunk. How often do you?
Yeah. The best casting job ever done, and sorry if this bothers you, but you almost loosely remind me of him a little bit. But when they go, I have never seen so many dead hookers in my life, and they just have that one guy who just says, Lord knows I have. They could not have nailed that casting any more perfect.
Yeah. What's that guy's name? I think he's one of the writers. In
Black Sheep, he says, my best friends call me Cash. Remember, he's the dirty underground, like paparazzi reporter. And they're like, oh, in Black Sheep, he's the one. I don't
remember that part.
Oh, so in Black Sheep, when they catch Chris Farley's character, like, hanging out with the kids, drinking, when he gives them the lecture, or just all of the underground photos things, and then he tries to blackmail.
Oh, okay.
That's the same guy.
All right.
He just has that look of, and I made that as a joke. I was kind of just teasing with you a little bit on that one.
No, I get it, man. I get it. I see where you're going with it, man. And it's like, man, yeah. And then fucking, what's his name? Dave Keckner being the guy who's the fucking, the guy at the car lot. Like, that's fucking great cast. Dave Keckner.
Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase being the fucking Dr. Farthing.
Um, one
Shit.
of my here, go on.
Go ahead.
So
I was gonna say the fucking Gramp or Pops,
yeah,
whatever
Pops,
the fuck
Jack Warden.
his name is. Jack Warden. Fucking Jack Warden, who was in 12 Angry Men. Fucking Jack Warden.
So are you a huge fan of Norm and Artie? Because I know so much about the backstory of that movie.
Fuck yeah, dude. Let's good deep dive into dirty work. That's
okay.
today,
So did you know that the love interest Mildred, when he jokes around, did you know that she was dating Ryan Reynolds at the time, and that apparently Chris Farley had a crush on that girl, and when he found out she was dating Ryan Reynolds, Chris Farley was just making all kinds of homophobic remarks about Ryan Reynolds to make him uncomfortable, so he would leave.
I had no fucking clue.
Oh yeah, there's that one.
Okay, that's fucking cool.
There was also Artie always would tell the story about how Norm's humor. I mean, Norm's humor was just untouched as far as I'm concerned, and that's how I can gauge whether a person has a good sense of humor or intellect. If you see a Norm Macdonald joke, which if anybody else tells it is not funny, but then Norm does it and it's good, that's always a person that I can hang out with. But this is the thing about this movie with comedies in general, is that what's the objective of the movie? To make me laugh. Is it a good movie? Absolutely not. It's that the plot has so many holes in it. It's so ridiculous, but does it make me laugh? Creating scenes to make somebody laugh is ridiculous. And when I told you, when I show a younger person that, they're like, I'm not used to everything being said being a joke. But the Artie Lang tells the story about his hometown newspaper, the Jersey Star Ledger. And I know that they use the R word. I'm not the one about people's mental abilities, but forcible actions with women. They said that Artie Lang shows all of the charm of a date rapist, and Artie and Norm Macdonald's response is going, "Hey man, that's fucking awesome. A date rapist is way more charming than a regular rapist."
Oh, and then the part with when they're in the fucking in the prison or in the jail, and he says, like, there's a part that they had to go and bleep out because it was like a higher rating.
Yes.
And they just dubbed over it because they said anal R, and they said it becomes the other thing.
Yeah,
when he
says, and it's so horribly edited too, by the way. It's probably they had you and I doing the editing on that movie. I gotta stop saying. I have this thing when I say on my podcast, I smack myself in the head real quickly. That wasn't hard. It's just it's like shock therapy, the dog collar kind of deal. Because I think that's holding me back, that I don't always communicate so fluidly and professionally. I just stopped myself there from doing it.
You didn't hear yourself though.
I didn't have to this time, but now I have to finish. The problem is that now I have to catch the thought that I had back again.
Dirty work?
Yes. Also, in Artie Lang's book, Too Fat to Fish, he mentions Chevy Chase. They did want to make that a rated R movie. And Chevy Chase said, this is a really funny movie. Don't let the studio screw it up on you. And they did shift it. We're going to have an R rating to it. But they found that comedies on the R rating did not do as well. But then what happened later on that summer, There's Something About Mary came out. And that kind of changed how we looked at what comedies could do. And then comedies went down that road up until about 2010 or so. And then we stopped being allowed to laugh at funny things because, God forbid, someone's feeling get hurts in comedy, even though comedy is kind of supposed to be an uncomfortable form. I mean, it's literally, I used to be a stand-up comedian. I saw that you were watching one of your shorts, or you still are, whatever. The idea of a joke is you create a tense situation and you release it with a punchline. So there's a lot of tense situations in that movie that are released with punchlines. Also, the most expensive part of that movie's budget was that they had to pull Don Rickles from Vegas for a day, which was the most expensive part of the movie.
Who did not have any written lines. It was
they did write lines for him, and then they realized how fucking stupid are we that we wrote lines for Don Rickles. So Don Rickles is not insulting their characters; he's insulting them in real life.
Which, dude, like, how can you fucking, I don't know how you could even think of writing anything for Don Rickles. Like, you just let him go. We'll film it. We can cut it if we need to and cut it up. But they didn't fucking have to, like, cut up anything. They just fucking let it go. And that's what it was, it seemed like.
Don Rickles reached that special level of comedy that I want to say probably only is held by Bill Burr presently, where, hey, there are things that you should not say, but if you're this fucking good at it, we just let it go. towards the end of his life, if you saw Don Rickles on a late night show, they just kind of had to let him go. You weren't going to change a guy set in his ways that way in his 80s practically, but you could tell the audience was on edge and very uncomfortable. Like, oh God, should we be laughing at this? And that's always what's great when people are like, I want to laugh at this, but I just am worried about how it's going to make me look.
Yep, they'll look to the person who they need their approval from in some sort to see if they can laugh, which was weird. I don't know if you experienced that in stand-up at all. Like if you had stuff that you would say and there'd be like, especially if it was an open mic or some shit, or if it was a fucking regular show, either one, and you had someone who was higher up in the comedy thing watching, and then you kind of say something and someone you kind of watch and they're like, "Oh, I don't know if I should laugh. Like, I gotta look at fucking top dog over here, see if they're laughing, and if they're laughing, then I can laugh. But if they're not laughing, nope, fuck it.
And what kills me is two of the best comedians of all time are people that really started making the stand-up forum to be what it was, because it was a kind of a real gimmicky thing for a little bit. Don Rickles and Rodney Dangerfield, if they were to walk into an open mic that nobody knew who they were in 2024, they wouldn't make it 2 minutes on stage before they were banned from the club.
And banned in life.
Yeah, they would be canceled, as they say, whatever the hell that means. You can't cancel my YouTube channel. I mean, as long as I'm not too over the top.
Right. What do you still do comedy? Or did
not
you,
really.
retire?
I had my little, foray into it. I never really liked the forum of comedy. I like doing stuff like this more because we can kind of organically set it up, especially open mic comedy where it's usually just you and a bunch of other struggling comedians, and comedians are some of the most bitter people on the face of the earth. So sometimes people, I was always told, like, I talk kind of fast. So people just hear certain words I say that they might find problematic, but they don't and not like I would say like slurs or anything, but just that, certain words would just trigger, oh my God, that's he can't do that. And it's like, you didn't hear the joke though. I am the butt of the joke. I just said that word to get it to there,
Right. Yeah. I'm the context.
I was getting right back into it. I had a little break from it. And I actually had a show that I got paid for shortly before COVID started, which I was really nervous for because I hadn't done stand-up in forever. I had one open mic under my belt, and the guy was like, hey, I need a middle actor, whatever. I need somebody to do 10 minutes at this. Do you want to do it? And I was kind of not feeling it, or I just, I used to kind of have a performer's anxiety, which is, something I didn't understand so well at the time. But the guy before me bombed so bad that it made it so easy to look better, and I had a grand old time with it. Then COVID happened and everything kind of changed, and I changed a lot, I must say, too, because we can tackle that at some point if you want. But I went to an open mic in a different city. I was living in Rochester, New York. Now I live in Albany, New York. And I remembered kind of, okay, I'm going to a new city, but I have some new jokes. And I asked somebody, what should I do? Should I do my new stuff or should I do the old stuff? And he's like, probably do the new, stuff that is comfortable. So I kind of started off with a couple jokes I used to tell that I used to get paid for to get me going. As I walked in this open mic, I work in professional. I'm in sales, so like I dress like a sales guy does, dress attire. I'm in this club, and it just looks like it's a bunch of 20-somethings who were still wearing their pajama bottoms that were playing video games in their mom's basement all day. And I walk in, and I'm like, all right, everybody hates me. I told a joke that used to get a great laugh, and it got a gasp. I doubled down on it, and it got even more confusion. And I took the mic, and I said, you know what, you guys fucking suck. And then I put the mic back in there, and I walked off, and I haven't done stand-up since.
Fuck yeah, dude. And yeah, dude, I don't want to do comedy with people that are like in their 20s. Like that sounds fucking miserable. And like hanging out also afterwards and during the show, like with all these people, like, no, dude, yeah, like there's a bunch of bitter people, people. Yeah, that
most comedians aren't funny off stage.
Nope. Dude, have you ever tried to do a podcast with a comedian? Have you ever tried to do a podcast with a one-liner comedian?
They should be good at it, because if they were actually had any comedic ability, they could whip one up real quickly. I've got buddies that my one buddy, I've known him for God knows how many years. The Artie Lang seat on the freaking Howard Stern show, just always have something going. But these people, I've been watching people, I know their act better than they do because they've been telling the same act that they've got rehearsed down for about 10 years. And yes, you've nailed that act, but fuck, I am sick of hearing your jokes. I can't imagine how tired you are of telling them.
maybe they're not.
Well, if every time I
If
said
it was-
something nobody laughed, I'd probably stop saying
Yeah.
it.
Dude, if it was me, dude, like I got fucking sick of telling them after like 2-3 times, and like it would come through in my shit. Like I hate a fucking polished joke. Like I get it, and I appreciate it for what it is, dude. But like after a while, dude, yeah, it's fucking just tired bullshit, and it sucks, and it's I don't know, because like I don't know, I watch comedy still a lot, but I watch a few other things, but mostly I watch Kill Tony. Do you watch Kill Tony at all?
Oh, I just, so this is what's good with comedy now. The one good thing about reels and shorts is I just really experienced it through that. I don't have the attention span for some people to sit through a full comedy show. That's on me. That's not on them. But I can get those. Like Mark Normand he's a freaking genius. Jeffrey Asmus is a guy. I think that's how you say his name. He's amazing, I think. There's still some good stand-up out there, but I mean, there's only so much time in the day, so I can experience it in little clips, I guess is the way I go about it now.
Yeah, yeah. I don't
And
know.
I apologize
mean,
if you can hear like lawnmowers going off in the background. It's okay, perfect. Never mind then.
Yeah.
I maybe I'm just hallucinating.
yeah, they're fake lawnmowers, man.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I went to a fucking show at the Garden a couple months ago, a comedy show.
Who
It
was
was
it?
fucking crazy. It was a podcast. It was a fucking comedy podcast. Like it was a huge fucking show.
And by the Garden, you mean MSG, Madison Square Garden, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I did a little bit of, when we chatted the one time, which I'm sure I laugh hysterically. I was telling people, they're like, yeah, this guy wanted to have me on to make sure I could carry a conversation. And while I was getting ready to have a conversation with him, you were just kind of like, yeah, I think we're good on this.
Yeah. I mean, it worked out all right, man.
But I did a little bit of a dive, and you just kind of want to get an idea of what I was getting into, which I must say, maybe some of your guests didn't get as much personality out of you because maybe they just weren't giving you much to go out of. I'm finding you pretty engaged. I know that, there was one person where it was maybe a little bit drier, I would say, but then where I knew this was going to go okay, I saw it was a short actually of you and a guy talking about you doing stand-up where you were just eating a piece of bread and playing video poker. And I was like, all right, I think I got this guy now.
Yeah, that was kind of it, dude. I didn't know what I was going to do either, but there was people fucking just playing video poker. So I'm like, I'm going to fucking play video poker and just talk shit to them while I'm eating bread. I would go and eat
something
bread.
different. Something different. Everybody can go out there and tell a fart joke.
Yeah, and it's what people fucking talked about, man. It's I'd rather have that moment, or like, in comedy or wrestling, like my match or my fucking set wasn't really ever the best, but I'd do something different. I would watch to see what everyone else is doing. So if I think I'm doing something close to it, like I'm not fucking doing the same thing as someone else. Like,
and to circle back to the kind of the Gerber baby thing, where I also started getting my frustrations was they used to have the funniest person in Rochester contest when I lived there. And I remember the one time I actually really prepped and had my shit down where it was like, I really, really knew my jokes word for word. I didn't have to really struggle at any point. And I was actually even able to improv on them. I had a killer, I think they gave us 7 to 10 minutes. I forget the exact time frame. I think missed the joke because I had 2 laugh breaks of kind of little applauses. And at the end, this one guy who I was friends with as a comedian was like, hey man, he's like, you did a really killer job. I just got to let you know that don't take it too personally. You're probably not going to move on. And I was like, well, why, how do you know I'm not going to move on? He was like, because this person's friends with that person's friends with this person, and this person brought their entire friends and family to the show. So that's why they're going to go. And I never, even when I do my podcast and anything I do or I did comedy, I never really wanted people I knew to be a part of it because I'm like, these people were in the room when I made the joke. Why would I want them to pay money to hear me say it in front of people?
Right. And I don't know, I feel if someone went to my shit one time, that's all you really need to do. Nothing's going to be that fucking different. Especially, any comedy show or fucking pretty much anything I do. I'm like, you fucking go one time. Everything else, there's going to be slight variations, but go once and then you can say you did it. I mean, I'm doing different shit, but most everyone else the same.
Click subscribe, click play, leave it on in the background. You don't have to watch it. Just make me look good. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
That's at least how I care about my YouTube channel.
So what got you to do a YouTube channel?
So the kind of story with me is I used to be I guess for lack of a better term, a raging alcoholic. And, I mentioned there were some changes that came about with me in COVID, and that was kind of part of it because partying got being as fun. People stopped going out to the bar, stopped being as fun because people don't know how to mingle anymore. We lost that ability to socially interact and have it be interesting. So as I kind of go, as I needed kind of like a creative outlets, like, I hate just texting with people all day, every day. So it was kind of I got something to say, let's just get it out there and then put it out there and it's gone. Also, a little bit on more of a depressing side is that I mentioned I don't have any kids. I'm not married, and I'm probably trending towards never doing any of those things. I'm the youngest in my family, so there's really nothing I don't really think I'm going to leave a legacy behind on this earth. So, hey, the YouTube channel will be like, hey, who's this guy? Because, knowing my luck, I'll get big posthumously is how I'll get big. I'll be like, oh, where's this guy? Well, he died.
Yeah. Yeah. It was some other YouTuber. Not me, but
Yeah.
so someone else trying to get some ratings, man. Maybe that's how you get ratings now.
But
It's
just
gonna
kind of
be
the idea of that. I mean, I've worked. I'm never going to find a job that I ever want to work. And I'm not even trying to get rich. I just want to be able to sustain a decent little living. Like, I just want big thing I do in my YouTube channel is I travel around the country going to different major league ballparks. My bucket list item is to be to all 30 of them. Well, there's a bunch of cool and interesting stuff that's going on there. And because I'm such a big baseball fan and because I just kind of am like, hey, let's just do this. Also, people, it's funny that they won't say this to me on an open chat forum. They won't comment on anything, but they'll privately message me, hey man, you got a really good voice or you're really good at this. And it's like, okay, well, tell people then. Don't just tell me.
Yeah. So then are you going to, or what ones haven't you been to?
I haven't been to 14 of them, and I could probably name them all off to you. Let's actually see how good I'd be at that. I haven't gone to LA, or San Diego. I haven't been to Arizona or Colorado. I haven't been to Tampa, Atlanta, or Miami. I haven't been to Wrigley Field in Chicago. I went to the White Sox. I haven't been to Detroit, Toronto, Cincinnati, and I mean, that was I don't know how many I just listed off there, but I mean, I'm pretty well covered. I actually made it out to Oakland before they closed down the Coliseum.
Shit.
I try to do them in little pods, and Oakland and San Francisco are right next to each other, which I cannot think of the bigger contrast in two cities that are 12 miles away from each other. The way I explained this one, when I was in San Francisco, I ate clam chowder out of a fresh sourdough bread bowl. When I was in Oakland, I took a piss in a trough.
It's all right. That's pretty fucking accurate with those. Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. But I don't know. San Francisco is kind of wild, dude. If you go out into Chinatown, man.
I stayed in China. I stayed in Chinatown at the end of the Tenderloin, and you know what? I was a little bit disappointed. I was not as appalled by what I thought I was going to see.
That's pretty good then. Okay.
I mean, it's kind of weird. I kind of so there's people that like hiking in nature. I like hiking in the urban environments because to me it's the same thing. You're kind of in this weird wild jungle, so to speak, where there are predators and preys out there. And kind of like how you might be walking in a hike and you might see a snake. That's kind of like you're walking on the street, oh, geez, a homeless person.
Yeah, there's someone handing their 8-year-old kid a crack pipe, and there's an 8-year-old kid smoking crack.
But I didn't see anything like that. And honestly, I went to San Francisco. I didn't see one turd. A little disappointed.
Man, how long ago is this, dude? I went fucking 2 years ago. I saw all that.
I went. It was the beginning of September, and it's kind of crazy that they apparently have started to realize the error of their ways a little bit. All right. I didn't go deep into the Tenderloin, which is kind of like, if you've ever seen The Wire, is basically Amsterdam from season 3. I didn't go too deep into there. I like to just dip my toe into the water where it's okay, but I never ever felt like there was ever a threat at any point in time in San Francisco. A little different than the South Side of Chicago. I'll say that much.
Oh, dude, I never want to go back to Chicago in my life, dude.
I had one little dicey incident that's, I thought where and this is what scared me. There was a fight or flight moment, and I actually realized I was more prepared to fight than I was to run. And I'm pretty fast too. So but what happens is that as long as you are aware, weirdly, strangely enough, people who like to take advantage of people or, do bad things, they like to take people who are unassuming or don't seem aware of their surroundings. I had this incident where a guy, you'll just kind of cut to the chase of this one. He turned around and started walking slowly and kind of seemed like he was waiting for me to walk up on him. Like he was going to try to stun me. And as I was walking, I'm in my head, like this all happens like super quick. I talked about this actually on a podcast that I did where I was like, if I go across the street, I'm going to look even more vulnerable. I'm going to look scared, which, people don't like, they sense the fear. So I just kept walking and I kind of was looking and I'm like, look, if I see this guy reach down into any side of his body, you know how they have like the little scaffoldings or like the overhead passes things? I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to fucking jack this motherfucker up right into that fucking right then and there. And he's not going to get whatever he's reaching for. So when I walked past him, I kind of had this look and he kind of turned and he had the like, oh shit, he saw me coming kind of thing. And then when I had that little tense moment of like, okay, he's about to be behind me. And then I kept walking and nothing happened. Or it could have just been a whole manifestation in my head. But most people who I told the story to were like, probably like, yeah, you probably had a reason to be concerned there.
Yeah. Yeah. You never know. Never fucking know.
So where about, I think I saw you're a PA guy.
Yeah, I'm in PA. I've been here like 10 months, 10, 11 months. So,
Okay. Where did you, where's your origin story?
I'm mostly from Portland, Oregon area.
Okay. I've been out there. I went to Seattle.
Yeah, fuck Seattle.
Portland. So this kind of, I guess now makes a little more sense. As far as how I seem to just New York, we're just a little faster and wired, I think, or just kind of like, I remember the Uber driver I had in Portland taking me to the airport. He's like, listen, man, you're really entertaining, but I'm exhausted listening to you. I can't keep up.
Yeah, that's pretty right. I've had some head injuries and shit, and I'm a fucking hypnotist, and like I'm from the West Coast, so I have that fucking West Coast slow talk already, and
Laid back, you don't care as much, or you're not saying you don't care as much, but you do,
No, I don't care.
It's
Shit.
yeah. But no, I mean, I kind of that, and you probably also like to smoke a lot of pot too.
Yeah, now I do. I mean, I did back then too, but there was a time when I didn't. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's kind of nice. It works out all right. I didn't smoke at all. Well, for a while. Well, when it became legal in Oregon, I wasn't smoking weed then. That was weird.
I actually am in the middle of a sober October. This is why I'm probably so full of it and gonna see how long it can go. As my mind gets so much sharper, but the problem is I don't sleep very well, and then I'm probably gonna turn into a manic maniac at some point, and then someone's gonna be like, "Yo, dude, take a bong hit and calm down."
Yeah, and it usually works. Yeah, a month is it's good. It's good to do it every once in a while. Then yeah, that month. It's a pretty long time. You start getting into other shit.
Here's how it goes with anything. Because I used to do this with alcohol because I had this thing of that I was so concerned about being an alcoholic that I would always try and do things to compensate that I wasn't. So I'd be like, oh, I'll take off the month of October. And then, November 1st, when you just drink 30 days worth of booze and just go right back into your old things, you didn't really accomplish much. But there's always that phase of where you are like, the first week of anything is the hardest. And then you kind of make the adjustments. And then like week 2, you're like, I don't even miss it. I'll never do it ever again, blah, blah, blah. And then you're kind of like, I could probably do it and just not do it again, but I don't think the worst thing ever is, I mean, you can probably have a crippling weed addiction. Mine is just, hey, at nighttime when I get done with the day, I just want to be able to fall asleep. I want to just be able to dumb this brain down for a second,
Tire it out and just be like, okay, we're good here.
Well, because the worst thing in the age of information is that if I ever wonder something, I don't just assume it. I start looking it up. And then next thing you know, just kind of like how we're doing right now, we started off, you just asked me what I hate about content creating. Now we're on to all of this stuff. That conversation happens in my head. But then if I smoke some pot, it's kind of like, all right, let's just chill out with some music.
Yeah, I feel like I can get more focused on one thing when I get stoned.
Good for you.
Better with that, yeah. So do you not drink?
Nope, have not had a drink since. I've had, nobody quits it, or at least if you're, if you quit it on the first crack, I want to say that maybe, or I don't want to put this, but you probably there's ends of the spectrum as far as to how far along you are. Like there's like a 1 alcoholic and a 10 alcoholic. I was probably somewhere in like the 6 or 7 range. So I did have 2 hiccups in the start off process, but since like the middle of July of 2022, have not had a drink. And now I'm kind of at the point that I'm disgusted by it. And I'll be honest, the biggest reason I don't drink is so I never have to go to an AA meeting and be a part of that fucking cult ever again.
Dude, fuck that. Fuck that whole shit, dude. That shit was fucking stupid. Fuck, dude. There are a million different ways to do it. And dude, yeah, they would tell you like this is the only way. If you fucking don't come here, you're not gonna fucking stay sober. Like fuck you.
If it works for you, then great. I'm not going to say that one, but that's the thing. We're all different. Different things work for us. Like I always laughed. If you ever, are you a music guy at all?
A little bit.
Motley Crue, The Dirt. Did you ever read it or ever hear about it?
Yeah, and then the movie then too.
I couldn't watch the movie. The narrator's voice, I couldn't get into it. And also, I'm just like, there's no way they're going to do this any justice. But I always found great about them is that at one point their record label told them that they all had to fucking quit. And Mick Mars, the fucking guy who was probably the worst off out of everybody, the bass player, he was like, everyone else went to AA and stuff. And he's like, nah, I'm just going to buy and collect guitars and basses or whatever. And he was the only one that never relapsed.
Yep.
All the other ones did.
You spend all your money on that shit. Like you don't have money to fucking relapse.
Well, when I was like the thing I had with AA that pissed me off is that they were big on you got to go to 100 meetings in 100 days, and I'm like, okay, so there was one day where I just knew like my anti thing became going to the gym, so I knew that I had a really busy day and going, and they were like, when you're going to your next meeting, and I was like, I don't have time tomorrow. I'm like, I'm gonna go to the gym, and they're like, oh, you got to do this. And I'm like, hey, listen, I'm a big fan of Logic. That's just I was heavily inspired by George Carlin growing up, so I have a little bit of that to me. And they would say like, everyone in the meetings like, hey, I can't promise I'll drink. I won't drink tomorrow, but I know I won't drink today, kind of thing. And I'd be like, okay, can I use that logic to the meeting? I know I'm at a meeting today, but I can't promise I'll be at one tomorrow. They don't like that when you start, because they're not fucking because they're part of a cult and they're brainwashed, even though there's no religion involved in this alleged fucking cult that they have. But we constantly mention the higher power and God.
Every higher power, yeah.
Well, my higher power is not needing you guys, okay?
Yeah, look at us, man. Fucking how many AA meetings have you gone to since 2 years and some change ago?
I have not been to one. So I will honestly say that I probably got so pissed off with the AA experience that may have been what caused me a relapse. And then when I got done with that one, I was just like, okay, well, if you never ever want to do this again, if that's like almost like I'd rather you just fucking throw me in jail almost, because at least I could probably still drink in there, or if we drink some prison wine. But I because the other thing too is I don't want to again with the idea of the spectrums. For the most part, and I say for the most part, I was only a harm to myself. And it's kind of where, I don't know, I don't want to say that there was any judgment there a little bit, but I kind of was like, whoa, I'm in a class that I don't belong in, I don't think, kind of deal. Not that I do belong, because here I am, but I'm kind of like almost being around these people, because also they have like a fucking high recidivism rate. I think it's still 1 in 3 people still relapses all the time. I mean, so I don't, but I mean, knowing my luck right now, I'll be fucking dead under a fucking bridge from a fucking alcohol related ailment in 4 months because of this conversation, but we'll knock on some wood here.
Yeah, dude. And then the people who run it, if you didn't show up, the place they go check the fucking jail, see if you got a DUI. It's like if they're not here, they're probably in jail. And a lot of time they were, which was also kind of weird. You
got to find, it's just like anything that's kind of with getting yourself better. You got to find the right pairing. I found I went to one AA meeting that was like a fucking biker club almost, it felt like. And it was a really intimidating meeting, but nobody tells you how to go to AA. And I now know that their kind of thing is that, hey, if you don't know what to do, then don't do anything. But somebody asked a rhetorical question, or at least it was rhetorical to them, but I actually knew the answer to it. And I raised my hand and gave the answer. That really pissed some people off. This one guy pulled me aside because I mentioned that I had a relapse. The one thing I would advise to anybody, if you are going to get sober, any plans that you made while you were still on what you were doing, you need to never follow through with them. Because I'd made plans to go to my beloved St. Louis Cardinals home city before I attempted to get sober the first time. And I kind of realized that was probably a bad idea. One, because my drunken mind was thinking that. And two, going to St. Louis, you're basically just going for a billboard for Budweiser. So, things bad. And this guy basically was telling me, because I'm a huge baseball is a lot of what my channel comes with, and I'm sure you can tell by looking and talking to me, it's big to me. They were telling me I can never fucking watch baseball ever again. And it's like, all right, then just fucking kill me now. Like,
Yeah.
you don't want me talking to any of my old friends. You fucking, so yeah, just let's, what is the point of this? So just, if my only reason to exist is to not drink, then that's not a reason to exist.
Yeah, no shit, man. Dude, you ever get into banana ball? Is there anything, what's your take on that? Do we talk about that when,
Banana ball?
yeah.
No, what's that? Is it? Elaborate me.
So, the Savannah Bananas, have you heard
Oh,
of
Savannah Bananas. Yeah. I have not. They came to somewhere near locally to me. It's such a hot ticket item. It's that I just, I don't like necessarily being in a sold out crowd.
Yeah, well, then that's not the place for you, dude.
Right. And I mean, I can enjoy it and I'll let other people enjoy it. But the kind of the way I describe it's like, I like you. I like persons. People fucking suck, man.
It's a good point. That's a good point, man.
But I think it's great. It's entertaining. It gets people into it. I'm all for all that stuff. So you guys enjoy that. And I mean, I would go if I was going to be in a situation where I was maybe like, if like somebody I knew had a suite where we were kind of excluded from people a little bit more and I could just be with my own group. But I just in general, I mean, I just say leave that to the families. I'm a single guy. I don't want to, because that's the other thing too, if I went there by myself as a single guy, because I like going places by myself, you start looking like, oh, geez, what's that guy doing with himself? And he's on his phone. What's he doing? Taking pictures of kids?
It's a good point. Yeah, dude, being in sold out places is, a lot. When you go, if a place is pretty packed or like, what's kind of your strategy for getting to the ballpark? What do you do?
I typically, sorry, I'm really apologize. I always cut you off. I'm really sorry about that.
No, dude, I'm just fucking trying to meander through shit. So
yeah, so my strategy is, well, typically because I don't go on the weekends, which is a big thing. So I have a retail sales job where that's kind of became part of the reason I started doing all of this. I'd go by myself a lot. And the reason being is that I'm somebody that when I invite somebody somewhere, I get so concerned about them having a good time that I end up not having a good time myself. So I go during the middle of the week. And that's always a big one, the weekdays. And just kind of, I'll sit in my seat for a little while. You can pick up on the people that maybe want to be interacted with or don't. Sometimes I have gone to some games, not spoken a word to anybody. I've gone to some games and I've chatted with somebody that was in the same boat as me. So, but I typically just kind of do like, okay, I'm going to stay at a hotel within a walking distance to the ballpark if I want to. The way I use my urban exploring is that Uber is my like get out of jail or like my rescue. If I ever am somewhere I don't think I want to be, if you're in a major city, and Uber's usually only 5 minutes away.
Yeah. Where'd you have to use it?
Chicago.
Okay. That's understandable. So then you can just walk to the stadium. You don't have to worry about trying to get there. Do you go early and hang out, like check out batting practice or anything, or are you there when the game starts?
A lot of the time, I mean, if I did a lot of trips where I live in upstate New York, Albany area. So there's a lot of places you can get to and from through the day. So I go to a lot of day games so I can make a trip down and back in a day kind of deal. A lot of times batting practice doesn't happen as much, but no, I really don't like to go too earlier as I've kind of gotten better. I was going earlier, but because I'm kind of filming and also I'm a gambler, so I'm usually kind of betting and I need battery on my phone is what ends up happening. And I kind of want to conserve the idea of I don't want to end up in a situation where my phone is dead when I'm in a city I don't know where I'm going type deal. So there's a lot of, the downtime that you sit there. I get there maybe an hour early and I do my lap around the stadium kind of thing. Most people don't know this, but you can bring outside food into a Major League Baseball park, or a lot of them you can. So I'll maybe grab something to eat and then go into the game. And, I don't drink. Although I will say one of the most confused reactions I ever saw on a stadium worker's face was in Minneapolis, where I don't think they're too bright in that city anyways. But when I ordered a cup of coffee and a non-alcoholic beer, this woman looked at me like what the fuck is this? Like, I guarantee she afterwards was telling her coworkers, did you just see what that guy just did?
Dude, Minnesota was wild, man. So then Minnesota nice is a thing, which means passive aggressive. Minnesota was dude, I don't know. I lived there in like 2019 to 2021
Ooh, that was an
in a
interesting
couple
time to live
different
in
places.
Minneapolis.
Dude, okay, so I moved in, well, I would have been, so we went looking for places. We were living in Bloomington, which was like right, like where the Mall is, the Mall of America, and it's like where the airport is.
Yep.
And so decided to move, and we were looking at places down in Minneapolis. I'm like, I'll move to Minneapolis. And like, we were looking at this apartment, and it was kind of like in a shitty area. And like, we walk, and it's like, an inside staircase to walk through the fucking apartment, through all the apartments. And dude, the whole place smelled like fucking dirty fish. Like, it was like fucking dirty work.
Smells like fish in here.
It smells like fish in here. And I was thinking that too. And I'm like, dude, no, like walking up the stairs to go check out this room before like we even get into the room. I'm like, we're not fucking getting this place. Like, no fucking way. And then ended up moving down to where they make Spam and ended up getting a place there. But so the day that we ended up moving would have been the same. It was like whatever, the first of the month. I think it was, I don't know, it must have been April or May or something. And so like as we're moving our stuff down to Austin, which is about an hour and a half drive, like didn't have internet or anything or like really checking anything. So I had to come back up the next day to go to a doctor's appointment up in Minneapolis. And then that was the day that fucking the George Floyd happened. And I was looking at a place that was on that block. So I would have moved in that day on that block when that happened. And so that didn't happen. But dude, I go back up there, man, like, oh man, dude, like it was fucking weird. But it was I don't know, it was a really weird time. Especially there. But then like when I moved to Austin, it's 15 minutes from the Iowa border. And like Iowa never shut down at all. Iowa was fucking nothing the whole time. So like I can go down there and like even in Austin, dude, like nobody except for fucking Walmart and the hospital, like the only place where anyone gave a fuck about anything as far as 2020 stuff. I don't know, man. It was weird. But yeah, like I almost ended up on that fucking George Floyd street the day before.
I can kind of compound this. First of all, we don't need to get into the actual incident of what happened. That's an uncomfortable conversation, depending on what you think about certain things. Sure. I have this strange thing of that happened on my birthday. My birthday is May 25th. And then this was a joke I used to tell that almost came to fruition. Okay. So my mother's birthday is September 11th. My father was born first thing in the morning on December 8th. And I said, I am almost the byproduct of the two most tragic days in American history. And I said, one of these years, something shitty is going to happen on May 25th. And then that happened, which we still haven't really recovered from, which that was the way I got. When I first got into Minneapolis, when I got off the train from the airport to where I was staying in my hotel, I remember the first thing I was going, wow, this is a really like the outside aesthetic of the city. It's beautiful. And I still think it is beautiful. But then as I started walking, I was just like, it just looks like this place, it doesn't look like it's open anymore. Like the struggle to get a cup of fucking coffee in the morning time. Like, okay, and I'll never drink another cup of Caribou coffee as long as I live if I can help it.
Yeah, Caribou's the only fucking place in the country that is not or Minnesota with Caribou is the only place that's not Starbucks or Dunkin', where it's the most popular coffee in the state.
Caribou right. And then they have the thing, which I love of that, because they're kind of on the, we'll say more inviting and liberal type of city, but yet they have the fucking, you need to ask them for permission to get a password to use the bathroom. And I'm like, oh, so what's the policy for this one exactly? You can just pick and choose who you give it to. That sounds pretty fucking ridiculous if you ask me. But Yeah, I only like, and I refer to the Minneapolis Nice as Minneapolis Ice. And if anybody from Minneapolis is listening, I don't really give a fucking shit because your baseball team fucking sucks. And you're the people in the probably one of the worst times I had of my entire summer was in Target Field. Just you don't even really to get into that, but I just feel like that. I mean, I don't know if they're in the elevation, but it just seemed like not everybody was getting enough oxygen to their brain, is kind of how things were going. Where
There is no elevation.
Right. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know. But like, I'm just
Yeah.
saying they had that look like they just weren't getting enough oxygen to their brain. So here's the thing is that you need to have a certain level of, I want to say almost kind of intelligence where if you're a service worker or a retail worker, we have to be polite to people that we fucking hate. I could see that they did not like me from the word go. Basically, which is the way it is. I walked into a bar in the afternoon because that's always what I do. I still will like to mingle in a bar to maybe see what's going on and have an NA, just like old times, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to get drunk and turn into a maniac. Not that I was a maniac. I just wouldn't stop drinking was basically what would happen. But I was in there and I overheard something about that place. Since you've been there, Hell's Kitchen is the name of it. It's like a brunch place. And I said, oh, Hell's Kitchen. I actually was looking up that place. I'm looking forward to going there. And this lady just said, yeah, it's a real tourist spot. Like, okay. The only person that I really had a good interaction with was this girl who cut my hair, but she was from Milwaukee.
Okay. Man, so I had someone cut my hair in Minnesota and they told me that, dude, like you have great hair, like where you grow it. And like, or where it sinks. I got a big old fucking bald spot and like, a part kind of bald head. And they're like, yeah, where it grows, it fucking grows great. And I'm like, yeah, that's some Minnesota nice shit right there, man.
Right.
Like
It's
good
not, they're
old
not smart enough to
backhand.
actually fucking realize that that's a fucking really shitty thing to say to somebody.
Yeah, it's a good backhanded compliment. It's some
I mean,
fucking bullshit.
I realized that I may have accidentally given you a backhanded one, or at least when I said, "Oh yeah, now it makes sense you're from Portland." But again,
No,
you see,
I get it. I fucking
okay,
totally
okay,
understand it, dude. Like, I do, man. When I fucking left Portland, dude, it was fucking bad, dude. Like, we were like again Chinatown, dude. We were running shows in Chinatown, and like we'd be loading the ring in through the front door to this comedy club, and dude, there'd be people outside fucking handing around again with the crack pipes, but now it's not crack anymore. But yeah, just handing the crack pipes. You're like, you want to take a hit of crack? I'm like, no, I'm cool, man. And
yeah.
like, dude, it was a fucking weird place. And
Were they like the Ricky Bobby when he said he was going to become a crack dealer? Like, I'll just be like,
yeah,
"Hey man,
a friendly one. Yeah,
you want some crack?"
yeah.
Which
Yeah.
the joke I had because I could see, I think you've got long hair there. Was that the last haircut you ever got? Was in Minneapolis? Were you just like, no more, never again?
Yeah. So my little sister got married in 2021. And I think it was like right after I moved from Minnesota and I moved to fucking Salt Lake City, which is a whole different fucking story.
Oh, I've heard that's a different world.
That's a different world. And so she was like, you got to get your hair cut for my wedding. And I'm like, nope, nope, not going to fucking happen. And so I didn't. And then I've got it trimmed a couple times. But that's it since like 2021. But
Okay,
before that, it was like fucking bicked, like, or whatever you call it when you shave your head with a razor kind of a
yeah,
thing.
yeah, straight razor. I mean, whatever. Yeah, I
Straight,
get,
yeah. One of those, man. And yeah, I was like, no, fuck you, to my little sister. I'm not gonna get my hair cut. And then I just haven't got my hair cut since
Yeah.
then.
Plus, you're like,
So,
it makes me look scarier.
right, yeah. And now I'm fucking in my 40s, and I'm like, dude, I can grow my hair out. Like, I don't have to have my hair. I've never have been able to have my hair long for really anything with my jobs and shit. They're like, you can't fucking have long hair. Um, and now, yeah, now I'm like in my 40s and like I can have long hair. So fuck
It's
it, I'm
great.
gonna
Well,
have long
when
hair.
you get older, you can kind of it's a combination of one, I can kind of do what I want to do because I realize that if freedom does exist and that there's all these little barriers we put on things. Two,
Yep.
I just kind of go as that I just care more about comfort than appearance right now. So I
Yep.
don't give a shit.
Me neither, man. And that's the fucking way, dude. Like that's one of the best things you can realize in life is to not have to give a shit. Um, and I would tell people this. I told people this. It didn't get put on. I went on a Mormon talk show when I lived there, and I said, yeah, there was like, Man, it was weird. I don't know how they fucking picked me to be on this show. But I went on there talking about like with dating, like if you're gonna go and ask someone out, I'm like, dude, what you gotta do, you gotta fucking shit your pants and then you're good. Like once you shit your pants, you can't shit your pants anymore. Like you're at that point, like, the rock bottom or whatever. But like if you shit your pants, like that's when you can go and do whatever the fuck you want. And like I would tell people this and fucking any sort of entertainment stuff, like that's the point where you're able to fucking really get to be yourself when like you shit your pants and you're standing up there like, well, I shit my pants. What can be worse? Then you can try whatever you want and just fucking go for it.
George
So
Carlin had a great joke about that in his final stand-up special. It's Bad for You. When
yeah,
he was 70 years old, he was like talking about the advantages of getting older. He's like, you can even shit your pants. He was like, I haven't done it yet, but the option's out on the table. Like,
yeah, and it fucking is. If you want to shit your pants, you can shit your pants. I've been on the public transportation in Portland.
so that's actually a line, and I've cleaned it up in professional settings. But my brother used to say, if something, if you need to relax, and he's like, if I'm any more relaxed, I'd be shitting myself. So
Right.
I'll say in professional settings, I'm like, if I was any more relaxed, I'd need a diaper.
Yeah. Okay. I think I said poop my pants, and I couldn't say poop your pants, poop my pants on the show, so it got cut.
But we can say whatever we want on your show.
Yeah, yeah, shit your pants. So if
You ain't
people,
cool unless you pee your pants.
yeah. Oh my God, that is the grossest thing I've ever heard
Yeah.
in my life. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, yes. So that's always the thing too, is I feel like, I mean, every generation probably thinks about the self, but I really think that people around our generation age really grew up in a really great time of comedy, is when it really became very popular. And it was before we reached the law of diminishing returns, where everybody now wants to put this invisible barrier on comedy. I remember actually seeing a list of the 10 funniest movies since 2000. And I think that the last one on that list, or the most recent one on that list, was like 2011.
It makes sense, dude. Yeah, I don't know what's been fucking funny. Like,
Because
and
everyone's afraid now. People are so worried about how things are going to age. Like if you watch the 40-year-old virgin or just anything, like, and again, it's not the worst thing in the world that people aren't homophobic or whatever like that, but it's like there's literal homophobia, and then there's just making some playful jokes. Like,
right. There's
like I gotta say,
context.
like if you don't like somebody because of their sexual preferences, that's fucked up or like that. But we can admit that some people are just being kind of, well, I'll just use the word tool instead.
And it's fucking fair, man. Like it's dude, I don't know. Yeah, comedy was fucking hard, man. Comedy was real fucking hard. And it eventually, like I don't know, 2016, 2017, it got to be like there were three jokes you could have that would be okay. My weird sexuality, uh my cat, and Orange Man bad. If you didn't have those three, like anytime I go to any show, I would hear those jokes, at least from two different people. And that's what it seemed like. It was like every fucking punchline, everything. It's like, how is this? This is so watered down and fucking boring. Like,
The
I
worst
get
is when
it.
you
Like,
can look at a person and tell what their entire set is going to be.
yep, yep.
And
Like,
it's more
it's low
prevalent with
hanging
girls.
fruit. Yeah,
More,
low hanging
because
fruit.
there's the girls can always talk about their dating woes, but if I do that, I'm a fucking
Yep,
misogynist.
yep, yep.
That nice little
Yeah,
double standard on that one. I
yeah,
always think that, so I mean, I remember I'm going to tell a joke just because I want you to hear it, just get an idea of my comedy. And it was just kind of playing off of that. I used to kind of say, well, I'm a comedian, so obviously I have to do a porn joke here. And I would say, I probably watch more porn than everybody in this room. I've watched so much porn, it's actually got me better at spelling. I know how to spell some of those tricky words like amateur, bukkake, and grandma, because there's a D in grandma. Not a lot of people know that. And in fact, there's a D in grandma is the title of one of my favorite movies ever.
nice. Okay, yeah, yeah. And man,
That one
great
didn't
movie
hit completely
because,
as well as I thought it was going to, I don't think.
dude, I don't laugh. I don't
Okay,
laugh.
so
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, dude, it's not me. Like, I don't know, because that's another hard thing too. Like, if you're doing a set and you got comedians that fake laugh, especially those open mic ones. That's fucking weirder than fucking not getting any reaction at all. Like, I don't know if you ever got fake laughs, but
No, I don't. I
or,
don't really pay attention. If there was a non-comedian in the room, which is very rare at an open mic, I would
right,
mostly focus my attention to them. And I always thought it was funny is that for starters, some people be like, "We should get together and write," and I'm like, "I don't write. I live." If I say something funny that somebody says, like one of my favorite things is I had a period of time, like 5 years between doing stand-up. If I said something funny, someone would be like, "Oh, you should use that in your act." And I was like, I thought that was one of the best act I had was I wasn't actually a comedian that people thought, but I usually had a way of making people laugh, even though I wasn't going on stage. And I used to joke around with some of the local struggling comedians going like, listen, I've probably made more money than every one of you guys telling comedy because I've gotten more drinks bought for me than you've gotten paid to fucking go on stage.
or you get those drink coupons.
Yeah. But I mean, well,
if you, yeah,
so that's one of my
not
favorite
you,
parts
but
too
yeah,
of when I travel. I mean, when I go on a first date, when I go to a new city, it's a new crowd. It's not even fair because it's like I've just over the course of this time of just okay, they just said this. Okay, well I can shoehorn this in there at some point. It's kind of I don't want to say that because when you watch a good comedian, and I'm not saying I am one, but when you watch a good comedian on a talk show, all they're really doing is that they're finding a way to work in a piece of their act into a story. So you kind of can manipulate the conversation. It's almost like boxing. You want to set up your combo. Okay, if
right,
I throw this punch and this punch is going to react this way, then bam, I'm going to fucking get him,
right. And so if you're gonna bam get them, how are people gonna get a hold of you? To find you and find your show. That was a fucking weird transition, but I knew I needed to get there. How are people gonna find you on the internet?
Oh, yeah. So we're going to wrap this up. So I
I'm
am,
wrapping it up, man.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, hey, we can do this again some other time, or I can even have you on my show
sure.
at some point in time. I think
I,
that we worked well and talked well together.
I'm
I
down.
am social media wise. I am on X at SCHO525, SCO525. Same handle
What
on Instagram. And then also the name of my channel is the SCO Zone, SCHO hyphen ZONE.
what is 525 an area code up
My
there?
birthday.
Okay. Oh yeah,
Sorry.
right.
Or no,
Okay. Yep.
I was, never forget George Floyd. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yep. Man, dude. Yeah, that's a whole different podcast.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have ended on that one.
Yeah. So yeah, man, dude, I had someone on the other day, and I think I opened with like I didn't know what to say. And I said, like, what were you doing on 9/11? Like, and I was just like, well, this is like, where's this gonna go? Where's this fucking show gonna go? And then
Was that the one that you
yeah.
said had a really hostile? Because remember, I said I just don't want to say anything to offend you, and you're like, nah, you're good. You said you had one that was really standoffish.
No, that was a different one. That could have been another one. That one wasn't too standoffish. That was all right, but I didn't know where to go with that one. I wish I did. But sometimes I don't know. I think that might have been one where because now I have a different vetting system. Before it used to just be I would look on, to see like I would text them and then be like, okay, it seems like we can have a conversation. It worked for a while, and then I had an instance where it didn't, and then I'm like, okay, I need to do like a 5-minute conversation. Just be like, okay, I can have a conversation with this person, or else this person's gonna be like, I'm not gonna. It's gonna be like a 16-minute podcast with me talking 80% of the time, and nobody wants that.
I've had one or two of those where I forget. I mean, partially with you having the comedic background, we're not scared to talk in front of people, really. I had
Right.
somebody on my show, and at the end, he was like, dude, I was so nervous. And I was like, we weren't even talking to anybody. You were just talking to me. And I kind of had to like really carry them through the conversation. And I have the same struggles when I go on dates where some people, it's just like, hey, if I'm just going to be on an interview the entire time, then this probably isn't going to work out. But
Yep.
I will say that we did talk about Norm a lot on this one. And I just think that, with the way that
Oh,
Norm's jokes went, sometimes bad can be really good.
dude, my buddy Charlie, he's probably not listening to this, but he said he loved watching me bomb more than anything. Like he said that was his favorite part about watching any of my fucking comedy, dude. I love bombing. I love it. Dude, I don't know. It doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes it happens, and like, shit your pants, man.
I went like the first like 4 times I was on stage before I truly bombed. Although when I got, there's nothing more cringeworthy than watching yourself back. I'm like, I can't imagine if I was in porno, I would have to watch that game tape, but watching comedy was just as nerve wracking. Like my first set I ever did was like 8 minutes. And I was like, yeah, I probably could have cut that down to 3.
You got 8 minutes on your first time?
Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
And it's most people used to joke around with me because my fast tone, they're like, your 10-minute set is my 30-minute set.
Right. Just fucking go, 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 dude. What kind of place was it?
It was a coffee shop in Rochester.
Okay. Shit.
Where it's like the thing is that I'm mostly self-deprecating, so that's kind of always my thing. I was like, I'm gonna make like 80% of the jokes about me, so when I make 20% about other people, that maybe they'll realize I'm not serious about everything, or I'm not like, because if you're just making fun of everybody else, well, you're kind of an asshole.
Yeah, and it's real easy to do that. Real easy to do both, and so it's good to have a good balance, or unless you get to be fucking Don Rickles. And so, you know what? Go fucking watch Dirty Work. You can find it somewhere on the internet. Or
you can watch it for free on YouTube. Watch it for free on YouTube, and then afterwards, look up the SCO Zone, and you're the public. This is the public access show, right? Or public access.
The public access podcast. Yeah.
Well,
dude,
I really had a good time, and I'm sure that because this has gone so much better. I wrote a story on my Facebook about the one time I had a very, very not so pleasant podcast experience that went viral. And I was like, okay, let's hope that this goes better than that. Just kind of bringing a joke.
Is this a different story or?
Yeah, just one last one. I was on a podcast where they were these college kids. And this is when I was out of college for a couple of years, and I didn't realize exactly what was going on in the younger generation just yet. But these guys had me on a show, and they were kind of talking down on me a little bit. And then in between segments, they asked me some questions where I was like, oh, these guys think I'm a piece of shit, don't they? So I kind of was like, well, let's just run with it then. And these guys were showing clips of girls that are being interviewed before they're about to do their first porn. And at no point in time was there anything funny going on. It was just kind of weird. So then I kind of jumped in as, okay, scumbag here, and said some things that I'm not going to repeat. And next thing I know, I had the producer fucking yelling at me. I had the two, and they like tried to back me into a corner, and I was just like fucking fighting myself out verbally. And that was almost physically fighting myself out. But at one point in time, one of the guys was kind of egging me on, or not egging me on, but he wasn't diffusing the situation. He was kind of almost seemed like he was working with me. They edited it afterwards to make it look like it was one-sided of me just going on this unprovoked rant. And it got like 40,000 fucking views in like a weekend, to the point where my ex-girlfriend at the time, because I did say some things of the sexual nature on there, kind of wanted to be like, she's like, I almost feel like I want to go and reply to some of those people like, look, like Ryan's really not that guy that he was presenting himself to be. He's a really sweet guy and all this stuff. Well, instead, when she didn't do that, I drank a bottle of Jameson and I individually replied to all of them. And then I found it great that they ended up removing the episode at one point in time, which was hilarious because that video had more views than every other thing they did combined.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And hopefully we get as many views on this one, but for the right reasons. Rusty, it was a fucking pleasure being on. I'm gonna kick myself off.
Cool. Yeah, dude. I gotta fucking deal with some fucking government bullshit. So fuck yeah.
It's all
dude.
bullshit with the government. So send me the link on this
fucking
one. I'll
right.
send it out to my friends because they're gonna want to watch this probably.
You got it, bud. We'll catch you on the flip. I'll come do your show at some point here.
All right, we'll reach out to you at some point. Have a good one, bro.
All right, you too. All right. That's Ryan Schofield. So check him out. Check out his show. Check out his YouTube channel. And do all the cool shit the kids are doing. So thank you, everybody, so much for being here on the Rusty Diamond Podcast Network. And you can check me out, rustydiamond.net or hypnosisisgreat.com. And that is the show, man. Boom!
It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker. Rusty Diamond, motherfucker.